This is Sustainable Life. I'm Barry Benjamin. We're here at Brown Flynn learning how corporations can become more sustainable. Margie, what do you do here?
Brown Flynn is a corporate responsibility and sustainability consulting firm, and we work with companies to help them integrate responsible practices into their business operations, environmentally and socially responsible practices for bottom line impact. And we also work with them to help know how to best communicate and build sustainability into the culture of their organizations, and then how to communicate it externally so that they aren't greenwashing and make sure that they are effectively positioning themselves. Of course, ensuring they're not taking risks by overstating what they're doing in sustainability, and that's our job, is to help them with external communications as well.
How do you connect the work in your company and sustainability with the public?
At Brown Flynn, our tagline is "Do good, do well, win," and that means we are here to help companies do good and do well by serving the communities in which they operate, and that means both socially and environmentally, so that there are win-win relationships that they create, and making sure that they're very effective strategically in how they incorporate sustainability into their business operations, environmentally, socially, economically. But what's so important about that is, for that to be successful, it requires every individual within that company, ideally, to understand what is sustainability, what does it mean to me, and how can they practice it, not just within their company, but how do they take it home. We've seen an increasing interest by clients for how do they help their employees take sustainability home. And so for us, we see opportunity there. It requires tremendous education. I think there's still a lack of awareness among many in the public as to what is sustainability. What are we talking about? And frankly, they have to, if they boil it down to do good, do well, win, they as individuals also can do good in their home. They can save the environment per se, or contribute to the health of our environment, because there's only so many resources left, and we cannot continue to consume at the rate we're consuming. As well as from a giving back perspective, the do good for their communities. And those, even with the least, have something they can give, and they will feel good about it. And economically, there are ways they can tremendously help their bottom line, especially in a tough economy. I think that's very important. And it's our job, if we not only don't walk the talk, first of all, it's our job to walk the talk, I should say, and make sure that we're helping companies do the same. And in doing so, we hope individuals within every community they serve will benefit. Because in the end, as I said, the do good, do well, win, our tagline. When companies do good and they do well, there's a win-win with the communities in which they operate, as well as for the company as a whole. So the bottom line is, communities rely on the corporations and companies for jobs, for opportunities, for learning. So companies helping teach the communities about sustainability. But the companies need those people too, because they need workers. They need to know that there's a group there supporting them, so that when they want to get a license to operate, for example, that they know they've done the right thing.
Well, thank you very much. Let's go out in the office and see really what's going on.
Well, this is the graphic, one of many, that was created at the Mayor's Sustainability Summit in August this year, of which we've been very involved in. As you'll see down here, we have the recycling bins, and we have a firm commitment to waste management here. We've done a waste audit. We recognize paper is something we needed to reduce, and even we don't use hand towels anymore when I show you in the kitchen area. And also making sure, of course, looking up at the lighting. We keep this office dim and or the lights out, not to in any way impair their reading, but it's natural light that comes through, and that's why that's always great to have for the employees. One of the other things that we're very mindful of is not to be purchasing plastic bottles and contribute to things that go into the landfill. So we have a water technology here that hooks right to our sink, and enables us to get hot and cold water and is better and more sustainable. And we use glasses. You don't see any paper cups here. And we also have, if you'll notice, a whole system for recycling. This gets transferred, as well as the paper products, into the garage where we have all of our bins. And then on our wall here, if you'll notice, just continual reminders of how to be sustainable and more socially and economically responsible and everything we do, and make it fun, because that's what it's all about. You have to have fun while you're doing all of this. Well, this is the area where we do much of our recycling, and you'll see by these bins here that we have a system so that our employees will follow it, and then we have a company that comes here now once a month to pick up our recycling, our trash. It used to be twice a month, and now we've reduced it to once. So again, that helps the bottom line because we have less garbage. What the employees learn at the office, they can then take home, and it'll benefit not just the individual, but the families and the communities in which they're operating. Sustainability pays. It does not cost.
Hi, this is Todd V.
This is Brett.
And this is another Pro Con. All right, Brett, what do you got for me in this office that uses just daylight for light?
Brown Flynn. Well,
Yeah.
this is another business, and it's pretty respectable what they're doing. I think
Right.
helping to create a grassroots movement where everybody feels like they get involved is a great idea. But at the same time, this is the type of business that if everything went the way it's supposed to go, we don't need them.
Well, it's a good point. I mean, it is a challenge. We are at this cutting edge of green technologies and green living, and so, of course, there's going to be opportunists to jump on board.
Right.
So at least we do have an organization that is trying to provide some sort of policing
Right.
of the greenwashing.
And I think that serves a great purpose, and there's a lot of value in it. So it's really hard to see what they're doing, and it looks like they're doing things the right way. You still look at it and you think that this is one company. There's such a vast array of doing things in a sustainable manner that one of the things I think you can run into is you get this one company and they start getting a little bit of tunnel vision and they start doing things. This is how we do it, and then they disperse that out to 1,000 companies, and now all of
Okay.
these companies do it this one way.
Okay.
And I think that can be a little bit dangerous because there's such a evolving nature.
That's a very valid point. It does put the onus really on them to make sure that they're paying attention to what new things or what new technologies are occurring, so that
Right.
you're right. You don't get the single-minded approach. That maybe somebody does come up with a better idea. All in all, though, I think as a practice, having them sort of be out there and help people make the right choices as opposed to the ones that are most profitable green-wise is something that we all can benefit from.
Absolutely. I agree.
All right, then.